Well, trouble has found George Zimmerman again. He's the man acquitted of shooting and killing an unarmed Trayvon Martin back in July. This time, he's accused of assaulting his girlfriend. He was arrested around 1:30 this afternoon. Seminole County Sheriff's deputies were called out to this home near Pompka. Investigators say Zimmerman's girlfriend claims he pointed a long barrel rifle at her, broke a table, and shoved her out of her home during an argument. Well, tonight, he's being held without bond. Channel 4's Adrian Moore has been listening to the 911 calls made to by his girlfriend and spoke to a local attorney about what the next legal chapter holds for Zimmerman. Adrian?
Rob, good evening. This is just one more post-acquittal incident involving George Zimmerman that has many people saying, really? Again? Well, tonight we caught up with local attorney Gene Nichols, who says the alleged gun will be a huge issue, that is, over the next 24 hours and will make a big difference in what his bond becomes and if the state attorney's office decides to prosecute this case.
I need police right now.
Okay, what's your address?
You're breaking stuff in my house.
What's going on?
He's in my house breaking on my shit because I asked him to leave.
George Zimmerman's girlfriend angry and determined to get police to her home after she claims an argument turned violent.
Where's his weapon at?
She just put it down.
The former Neighborhood Watch volunteer, acquitted of murdering Trayvon Martin in July, was arrested on charges including aggravated assault, battery, domestic violence, and criminal mischief after his girlfriend told deputies he pointed a long-barrel shotgun at her and shoved her out of the house before barricading himself inside. We brought in local attorney Gene Nichols for insight on the case. Obviously, this is not George Zimmerman's first rodeo,
Sure,
if you will, with law enforcement officers. How much do his previous cases impact this current case?
Well, George Zimmerman was found not guilty. So of this, of course, the crime with Trayvon Martin. So from that standpoint, that's not going to be taken into consideration if he were to be sentenced. Now, all of that being said, in consideration of his bond, whether or not George Zimmerman is a threat to the community, you know that the judge who is sitting will have that in the back of their mind, if not the forefront of their mind.
This incident marks the second time in 3 months Zimmerman has been accused of domestic violence and threatening a woman with a gun. He had a blow-up back in September with his estranged wife, but no charges were ever filed. He's also been pulled over 3 times and ticketed once for speeding. Most oftentimes we see people who are in high-profile cases like this take the so-called Casey Anthony approach and just disappear. But it seems as though he's more in the spotlight than ever since he was acquitted.
Right.
Is this a problem?
Clearly, we see that George Zimmerman cannot stay out of the spotlight and of the limelight when it comes to the police.
Nichols says what will be critical moving forward with these most recent charges is whether a weapon was really used.
If there's an allegation that he had a gun, they come in, there's no gun, and there was no time in order to remove the gun from the premises, then it's going to call into question everything that she has said and everything that she has alleged.
And George Zimmerman is set to appear before a Seminole County judge tomorrow at 1:30. Of course, we'll have much more on his first appearance tomorrow on the morning show. Rob?
Adrian, these charges seem a little more serious than just, say, a traffic ticket. So if he is convicted of these charges, what kind of punishment could he face?
Well, Rob, according to Gene Nichols, these charges carry a 3-year minimum mandatory sentence. So, as you said, pretty severe. Clearly a case we're going to stay on top of.